All right, here we go. Diving into some new territory tonight. I'm trying to test out Streamyard to see if I can get some games playing through it. And hopefully I got my settings right here. So that's going to be the trick. So this whole stream right now is really just going to be one big test. How exciting is that? Let's see what we can do here. All right. So I think I have this up and running now. And I want to make sure that I can actually get a game running and also share the audio well. I've noticed in some StreamYard streams that I've tried to do where it actually is more like test recordings and things, that the sound of the game would either be non-existent or completely overwhelming. So I'm trying to see if I can find a balance using the mixer here. So hopefully I can come up with a good way of doing this. So I'm going to play out a little bit of this here. Let's see what I can get loaded up. Let's try. So if I can play some like old school games here. Hey Timothy, what's up, man? Daryl, how's it going, guys? Yeah, I'm seeing if I can actually get this up and running. And I've never used this before, but if you guys are around, you're more than welcome to hop in as well. Just trying to figure out how I would even do that. Oh, it's probably this invite button. Let's see. I would assume this would work. Just throw that in the chat, man. See if you guys, if you want to pop in, by all means, you're more than welcome. I'm going to try to see if I can get this running here. And I thought a good test would be Hyperstone Heist. So let's see if I can actually do it. So the question is, do we actually get sound of the game? Well, I hear it, but is it too loud? Let me, it sounded loud in my earbuds. Let's see if I can just turn that down independently. Let's try it at an 8. Let's see. Let me know if you guys hear the game or if it sounds like it's way too loud versus my voice. Oh, what am I doing here? I'm sharing the wrong screen? What happened? What happened? See, I don't know what I'm doing. Who gave me a computer? Let's do this. Let's back to share screen. This screen, share audio. There we go. Why is it doing that? You can see it's small on the screen, and it's playing. But that's weird, right? I can't go full screen on this monitor and just let it be the main view? Seems odd, right? What if I do that? Oh, there we go. I think we got it. Oh my god, this game brings back so many memories. See, this was the one that I played the most. And most people played Turtles in Time because that was on Super Nintendo and the one that was in the arcades. But I had a Sega Genesis and I played this one, Hyperstone Heist, which is almost the same game as Turtles in Time, but there are some different boards and there's some alternate scenes in here. The one thing it's missing is that like Turtles in Time would let you like throw the foot soldiers at the screen and things like that. So you do miss that, but I don't know, for some reason this was the one that Well, not for some reason. It's because I grew up with it. This was the one that I always came back to. Because I played it more than Turtles in Time. I didn't have a Super Nintendo until I was an adult, so playing Turtles in Time was really just in the arcade, which I played a ton of, but I played the original arcade game way more. So far, it's playing really well. I like that. Hopefully, it's coming through on the stream well. It's smooth on my end, but I don't know if there's any delay through this app. Always hated these guys. Whoa, you almost got me. Yeah, it looks like it's moving all right. And it's nice that it can go... I like the different screen layouts that you could do on Streamyard. But I've been debating, you know, this is just the free version of it. So I really want to kind of get used to it and see if it's worthwhile. And then if it works well, I'm more than happy to get the subscription for it, the premium one. Or I don't know if it was a subscription or if it's a monthly thing, but as long as it works well, I'm all for it. I've been using Streamlabs a lot, and I'm liking that one a lot, but the coolest thing about Streamyard that I see from everybody is the fact that you can actually have guests on your streams. I started looking up trying to do that in Streamlabs, and it seems like it's possible, but the guest has to do a whole bunch of things. I got to jump through a whole bunch of hoops just to even be able to do it. So I was like, I don't want to put anybody through that. Streamyard is literally share a link, and then people can come in. So I don't know. I don't know, maybe I'll try the Streamlabs one at some point, but Streamlabs is good for just live streaming solo, playing a game. I did the majority of my playthrough of Resident Evil 7 on Streamlabs, and it worked well. Let me just see real quick what this... I'm getting a message from Streamyard here. It looks like it's just a tip box. I'm just going to shrink this for a second. I don't know if that's interfering with the stream at all or not. You can change like banners and stuff. You can actually put your branding. So yeah, if this works out, you know, I saw that I can remove this powered by StreamYard and put my own branding on there, which I'm still working on. I've been coming up with a bunch of different designs. Right now I just have that silly icon of my animated face with an animated mask on it, which is, you know, whatever. I thought it was funny at the time. Eventually I'm going to change that. I want to get something a little more in-depth and cooler looking. All right, so let's jump back into this. It seemed like I had to do it that way for it to work. No, that didn't work. I wonder why it does that. It doesn't recognize which screen that we're actually on. There we go. Second time's the charm. I don't know how far I can get in this in just these 2 lives. And I gotta play as Michelangelo. He was the best. He was my favorite turtle in the whole bunch. So there were some decent moves you could do in this. When you combine the jump and attack button, you could do this like thrust here. And you know what? I don't remember if this happened in Turtles in Time. A lot of these Turtles games, when they did have a more of a powerful move like that, it would actually take away some of your life to do the move. This one doesn't seem to do that. Oh, I think that car comes flying out of that garage right there. I definitely balanced the game audio on my end here, but the biggest thing I'm so curious about is how it actually sounds on the stream itself. I should probably fire up the stream on my phone or something and try to take a listen. We'll try out this game for a little while here and then jump to something else. Oh, yep, almost got hit by that. See, looking over at Streamyard on the other screen, it looks like it's got just the slightest delay, which is not bad. Oh, this was cool. Love these power-ups. Oh, that didn't last as long as I thought it would. We got extra life at 100 foot soldiers. There we go. Oh, man. Come on, buddy. There we go. I also like that the chat comes up within StreamYard there. Streamlabs does it too, but it seemed like... Hey, Golgo, what's up, man? Yeah, this is Hyperstone Heist. So yeah, bringing back some memories from being a Genesis kid. This was my go-to Turtles game back in the day. I didn't have a Super Nintendo, so this was the one I played. I think we actually get Leatherhead down here, which I think he's on a different level in Turtles in Time. The games are so similar. I always love this one. I did like on the PS3, they did that remaster of Turtles in Time. It was great. My son and I played through the whole game. I sat down with him. I was like, buddy, we're going to go and beat this game. And we just sat down and did it in one shot. It was awesome. Oh, Leatherhead is on this one? All right, I thought so. He's tough, too. You got to be careful. He throws these projectiles at you at a point, and if you can dodge them, you can usually get your next hit in, but I also haven't played this game in a long time, so... Oh, I actually didn't die right there. I thought I lost a life. Oh, I need a pizza. Oh, come on, dude. Get out of here. Are you still alive? I need a pizza. Oh. A fellow chucker, eh? Here we go. I'm just gonna spam the jump kick. Oh, no! It's just me here. These guys taking forever to kill on this board. The last board, it was like 2 hits and everybody was gone. Does that move take away my life? It does! I thought it didn't. Oh, I gotta stop doing that so much. Maybe that's why I lost... Oh, now a pizza shows up. Oh, these guys were great. I remember this episode when these things were in the little meatballs inside the pizzas. Yeah, see, the Super Nintendo, I would have loved to have one as a kid. I had nothing against it. It was just, I was given the choice, you know, at the time, which I was very thankful for, but it was like, pick which one you want. And I went with the Genesis. My cousin had a Super Nintendo, and we were hanging out all the time, so I got to play a ton of games. But, you know, it's not like having it in your own house, you know. You don't get to play through an entire game like that. But Genesis had some of my favorite games. You know, a game I loved was the Jurassic Park game on Sega Genesis. I remember in the opening, the T-Rex would actually say Sega in the beginning. It was so good. There we go. All right. All right, so far so good. How does it, Gogol, man? How does the audio sound? Can you hear the game, or is the game too low, too high? Can you hear my voice all right through this? I got a few extra hits in there. Oh, really? They had Sonic on this? Oh, that's awesome. I saw somebody do like a ROM build of Sonic for an NES emulator. The game, not quite so much. Okay, game's really low. I'll check that in a second. Just trying to mess around with just the sound mixer. I'll check that after I beat Leatherhead, unless he kills me. Oh, man. Come on, we just gotta get that last hit. Oh. Tim is back. What's up, brother? There we go. All right, got Leatherhead. And he explodes. I love it. I love it. Nice. All right. Let's take a look. Like I said, this is just all kind of a... I'm just testing stuff out, man. I figured, what the hell, I'll go live while I'm doing this. Try to figure out all the tech stuff with this. But let's see. I'm going to come out of this. I'm going to minimize this for a second. So the game was low, and I can hear it in the headset. But, oh, no worries, Daryl, man. Take your time, dude. I'm just messing around with this, seeing what I can break. So I had this down at 2. I'm going to bring it up because it seemed to be really sensitive. I'm going to bring it to 5. All right, let me see. Let me see what that does. And if you guys want, I threw it in the chat there. I can pop it back in there again. You guys, Gogo, Tim, you guys are more than welcome to pop in too. To jump on the stream if you want. No worries, man. All right, let's see. That worked first try this time. All right. Let's see how that sounds. I mean, it's definitely louder on my end, but that's because it's coming through my earbuds. Jeez. I think I'm going to die here. Oh, what are these? Oh, I gotta jump over that. I think these question marks are just giving me extra points. Nice. Sounds better? Mousers. Oh, jeez. These guys are going to take me out. None of these are pizzas. I need pizzas. Oh, we're on the ship. So, like, on Turtles in Time, this was the pirate ship level, but we're not back in time at this point. So many similarities in the games, but I don't know. I always love this one. Sounds good, man. Oh, okay, there we go. Let's hit start. See if I can actually make this work. Oh, there you are. Let me pop you in, man.
Why, thank you.
There you are, brother. How are you, man?
I am doing well. How are you doing?
Good. I'm
That's
just
good.
Messing around with all this stuff, trying to see if I can do this without breaking the whole thing.
Well, I can tell you from seeing a few other people try to do Genesis emulation.
Mm-hmm.
Genesis emulation is touchy, especially with streaming. But if you can get it to work right, man, there's very few things as awesome as a Sega Genesis or Mega Drive for the non-US people out there.
Yeah. I mean, this one, K-Fusion, is incredible because it's got the mix. It's got the Master System, Game Gear, Genesis, 32X, and Sega CD.
Nice.
Which the Sega CD side of it, I found out that you don't even need the ROMs for it. As long as you got a disk drive in your desktop, you can play the actual discs.
No way.
So that's what I do. I got my catalog of Sega CD games, and I just pop it.
Oh, that's awesome. I'll tell you what. When it went to the Sega CD, it got a very bad rap. But there are a few games on there that are absolute must-owns. And one of my favorite arcade games of all time
Yeah.
Final Fight.
Oh, fun. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
the definitive console version. But somewhere out there, back when the SNES Mini came out, I started goofing with it, breaking it open and doing all sorts of other stuff with it.
Mm-hmm.
And there are a few people that have taken arcade versions of certain original games like Final Fight and Outrun and reworked it to where you could play a newer variant of its soundtrack. So having the original Final Fight arcade game with the Sega CD soundtrack, which was way better than anything that the Yamaha chips were doing at that time.
Yeah. See, that the Sega CD, that's one of the biggest. I mean, the video was some of the worst, but having that audio capability in that system,
Red Book Audio. Yeah, Red Book Audio was massively huge for moving that forward. But unfortunately, CD players, they wear out and the lasers wear out, and having to access the audio track every time, it just.
Yep. Well, that was the thing. My actual Sega CD unit, the tray, I had the original, the fat unit.
The original fatty?
Yeah. Yeah. And what happened was, I don't know, maybe something hit the unit. I don't know what happened along the way, but it seemed to almost compress the disc in there too much. So it was damaging the disc. You'd play the game and end up with these rings on the disc.
Yep. The laser eye scratching it.
Yeah. But luckily there's a really cool retro gaming place not far from me. And he was able to buff the discs a little bit.
Oh, nice.
You don't want to go too crazy with that, because then you actually just ruin the disc. But
it
was enough to the point that the games would play again. Because like I'd try to I would pop in something like Tomcat Alley, which was complete video. Just it was all QuickTime events, and the thing would just lock up every couple of seconds, and it was unplayable. But I don't know, getting these emulators to run well, I always love it. I mean, these, especially the Sega ones, because that's what I grew up with.
Yeah, that's what you grew up with. I've had most, if not all, the systems throughout my time, but the ones that I had growing up. Let's see, we had an Intellivision, we had an Atari 2600 Junior, which I wish I never would have gotten rid of, because that was super slim, super sleek, but man, that particular 8-bit processor and the programming for it just never felt quite right. It was, it's just Atari.
Yeah.
But the 7800, the people that were programming for that were a hell of a lot more talented.
Oh yeah.
But
let me pull this down right here. I got it sitting right here. I've talked about this thing a bunch on other streams and stuff with other people, and I swear people must think I must be like trying to get them to sponsor me, but I'm not. That would be cool. But I freaking love this thing. The Hyperkin.
Oh yeah,
the Retron 77.
Yeah, I've seen one of those. What? Oh crap! Back on the West Coast, there's a whole bunch of retro gamer collectors that have Metal Jesus Rocks. I've seen him rock that out with Hero, I believe is the game, where the dude has the helicopter on the back, and yeah.
I love his channel, Metal Jesus. He's great. Love his channel.
Yeah, Metal Jesus, John Riggs, and the immortal John Hancock.
Yes. Which we don't see him much anymore. Have you noticed that?
No. Well, I haven't. I cleaned up my subscriptions a while ago, and I'm just starting to put certain things back in place that I want to see some more. So I have no idea, but that man has collected almost everything. It's a miracle he even has room. It's a miracle that his wife hasn't kicked his ass.
Yeah, he's just so much stuff, man.
Yeah.
I mean, but the dude that takes the cake on collecting stuff, I forget his name, but he was featured on a whole bunch of stuff through Lucasfilm back in the day. But he was the dude that like has literally a silo full of Star Wars collectibles.
Oh man.
He called it like Kenobi Ranch or something like that. But the dude's been collecting since the beginning, and literally like has a silo full of just the coolest stuff just ever. He's done videos and things. I can't for the life of me remember his name.
I hate to say it, but does his virginity still date back to then and still intact?
I mean, he's married and stuff, so I hope not.
Okay.
But
well, I would hope so. But I had to get rid of a lot of my stuff and just not enough space. And I know that if I had tried to continue to collect, it would not have ended up very good for me.
No,
but hopefully I'll be able to rectify that one day. But right now all I have is a PS3, which doesn't get touched for anything other than Blu-ray player.
It's a good Blu-ray player.
I've got a PlayStation 2, and I've got the stuff to soft mod it and load up ROMs on it for both PS2 and PS1.
Okay.
But what I'd like to do with them, I've got my 5000 series PlayStation, and then I have a first model Saturn.
Oh, nice.
What I want to do with the Saturn and the PlayStation is have their boards completely cleaned up, get them recapped, and then for the Saturn, get its crappy battery backup system replaced with a easier to replace battery, and one that even if the power goes out, it doesn't lose its backup states.
Okay.
And then of course get the 4-in-1 or a 5-in-1, so that way it can play everything and has the RAM expansions. The games that take advantage of that extra RAM, they're as close to arcade perfect as you could get at that time.
Yeah.
Like X-Men versus Street Fighter.
Oh my God.
That one, Children of the Atom. A few of the SNK games use the extra meg of RAM, and some of the Capcom was really big with doing the 4 meg ones, but primarily over in Japan, because by the time that they actually started doing that, Sega had completely screwed the pooch and killed the Saturn here.
Yeah. The Saturn only lasted, maybe it had
for the US about 3 to 4 years, but in Japan it was about a 6-year lifespan. They have a crap ton of excellent games that were only released in Japan because Sega US and Sega Japan couldn't pull their heads out of their ass to cooperate long enough to make the system work.
Yeah. But it's the Saturn had that capability of getting so close to the arcade style, especially with the racers. Yeah. Their Daytona racer and everything like that. It played great.
Yeah, the Daytona one was all right. The 3D system in it was good, but from what I remember about it, instead of it pushing triangle-based polygons, it was doing quadrilateral-based polygons, which I guess was at that time a lot more difficult to program for, either flat shaded or with mapping, polygon mapping on top of it. And because of that, and the fact that it was for the time, it was a very complex piece of machinery. It had dual CPUs, which was unheard of at that time for just a regular, for a gaming machine, let alone for a personal computer. It had, the dedicated sound chip from Yamaha that was ridiculously good.
Yeah.
Its 2D graphics pixel pushing capabilities are, for a 32-bit machine, were second to none. The better programmers could make the PlayStation do it, but there's one game that I have that is a arcade shooter, a vertical shooter, that plays well on the PlayStation, but it has places of massive slowdown, whereas the Saturn version doesn't. I can't for the life of me remember what it was. I've got it in storage somewhere, but I need to do that to my Saturn to basically get it all cleaned up. It'd be about 200. Then there's the choice of either having an HDMI output added to it, so that way it can work with some modern TVs a little easier. Although most modern TVs, they don't like 240p or the 240p resolution, which is what all these machines were doing. Yeah. CRTs at the time, all they would do with the 240p is put it into 480i, and it worked either way. But there are a handful of them that do. But the best thing to do is try to get a good working CRT that had component video inputs, because there's HD Retrovision. They make the component cables and the adapters to tap into the RGB signal that all these old systems could do and make it look the best that it could.
Yeah.
But getting a quality CRT that hasn't died is very hard to do. Not cheap anymore.
Yeah. I mean, I got a CRT right next to me. It was literally, I put it here for the sake of, being able to play light gun games and stuff.
Yeah.
So I have an NES connected to it. I have a PS2 connected to it with the light gun. And I'm looking to try to find, what's crazy? The light gun for the PS2 doesn't work for the PS1 light gun games.
No, it doesn't.
And I was so disappointed because I was so happy when I found it and got it. But I wanted to play the Die Hard trilogy on PS1 with the light gun. And it didn't work. I was like, but I have like Time Crisis and stuff like that. But
see, I really should have my ass kicked because I had several big box collector's stuff for the PS2. I had Tekken 5 with the arcade stick. I had Time Crisis 3 with the dual gun cons.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need to have my ass kicked for ever getting rid of that stuff.
What's up, Low Spec Man? Welcome. Dude, I still got to get that Fallout game that you've been playing, man. I get that. That looks so cool. I haven't played any Fallout games, so I gotta jump on. I've been watching his streams, man, with the couple of and then he was playing not Dark Forces, the one with Mara Jade the other night.
Oh, gotta love the old LucasArts games back when they actually gave a damn.
Yeah. It was, I mean, the old LucasArts games, I actually just bought a bundle of the old Indiana Jones games.
Oh, yes.
It was $5 and it was 4 games. I was like, all right. I was like, take my money.
It's hard to say no to that.
I
didn't say, did you get it off of GOG or Steam? Or
it was on Steam. It had, the point and click Last Crusade.
Yeah.
It has, and they had the 2 3D ones, the Emperor's Tomb and whatever the other one was, I forget.
Yeah. Well, at least the first 2 are going to be running on a Scum virtual DOS box. That's actually quite amazing. There for the longest time, they couldn't get
Daryl's in.
For the longest time, they could not get certain more late 90s Scum-based DOS games to work because they didn't have access to the codes. Well, the last one that I recall that they were having the most trouble with was Blade Runner. They've got it now, and that is a masterpiece of that style of game. So good.
Nice. Oh, thank you. Oh, we got 2 Star Wars nerds in here too. Yeah, that's
nice.
Behind me is that's what I call Matt Buster.
Well, Matt, that's a mighty fine collection you have there.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what, I had to stop collecting discs because of how expensive it was, and getting married, having kids, that adds cost. My mother-in-law has about 4,000 DVDs and Blu-rays at her house, and she is a habitual collector. Bad part is she collects a lot of stuff that I couldn't care less about. It's just crap. But every once in a while, I'll find one that, yes, I either haven't seen for a while, I can't find my own copy. And with Mr. Blu-ray sitting on top of my PC over here, I can, rip, and add it to my NAS box.
Well, since you guys have a little more modern day computer knowledge than I do you know how to get a Windows 95 game to work on Windows 10? Like
not easily.
This game.
So yeah, there was. I have the Steam version of Dark Forces, and somebody patched it. There was something in the the community section on Steam. Yeah. There's somebody. If you go to that game's community page, there's somebody listed all the instructions. It does work. You can't crank it up though. You got to keep it at like 640 by 480 or something like that. Otherwise, it freaks out the system.
Something that it was originally designed to do.
Yeah.
Which for DOS at that time, 640, 480 would have been your max.
Yeah, because I found instructions, but it said like when you install it, like run it in Windows 95 mode.
Yeah.
And I did that, but it still didn't work.
Yeah, most of the time, Windows 10 just doesn't play nice with that. Probably for something like that, the community page, there's typically always somebody that has gone through and made it to where the original, if you have the original disc of it, get it
Mhm.
installed and then patch it to make it work, or do some finagling, or just purchase it from Steam or from GOG, where they have the DOSBox virtual machine emulator already built in and specifically tweaked for that game.
Right.
That would be the easiest.
Yeah, I'll
Not
definitely check
necessarily
out
the
the
funnest,
community
but
page.
the easiest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, it never is fun.
Oh no, messing with stuff like that is a pain in the ass. But you know what? Here's what you could do. Start doing some digging and find yourself a circa 96, 97, 98 PC with Windows 98 second edition on it.
Mhm.
Install DOS 6.22 or whatever the last version of DOS was. Then install Windows 98 on it, and boom, you've got yourself a machine that can play all of that stuff pre 2000. So very early original Voodoo machine or Voodoo graphics card machine, either Voodoo 1, Voodoo 2, or the Voodoo 3. What I would, if I was going to get one, I would probably find something with either an ATI 2D graphics pusher, because they were actually pretty good with the 2D side, and then do the higher end Voodoo 2. And that should cover pretty much everything up till about 98, 99.
Oh, I've got an old
Nice.
Windows 98 machine over there and a Windows XP machine over there.
Oh,
Yeah.
get them cleaned up. And
That
get them
XP
working.
machine, I bought it brand new off the shelf in 2004, and it still runs like a champ.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
Hell,
There-
this
See, here's a guy who knows what he's talking about with this.
Yeah.
DOS
Low
box.
Spec knows what he's doing when it goes to getting that type of stuff running.
Oh yeah, dude's a
Hell
genius.
yeah, dude.
Need to go shut
Hell
my
yeah.
door. The dog's probably going
Yeah,
to
go
start
for
yapping
it.
here. So 1 second.
So
Let's
Daryl,
go. Yeah.
I'm gonna pop this on the screen here because you reminded me of this gem that I got after you've been playing Link to the Past.
What you got?
How do I come on, how do I change my thing here? There we go.
Nice.
I forget who made this. But
Yeah, what it fan made?
yeah. Let me see if I can get it to. Oh, my controller's off. It helps if you actually turn the controller on.
Oh wow, it even has a scrolling thing in there now.
But just the
Oh wow.
updated skins on everything. It looks like they used the what was the one on the Game Boy Advance? The
Oracle of Seasons. And
Yeah.
Oracle of Ages. That's what it. Yeah, I was about to say that's what it looks like.
because he had like his hat like kind of flows in the wind as you're going.
Yeah.
And but just what a cool overhaul of this game.
Nice. Yeah, no kidding.
I've been playing through the second quest on here. I haven't touched it in a while, but to this day, I've never beaten the second quest.
Oh wow.
So
There we go.
First quest I could do with my eyes closed, but yeah, the second quest I've never beaten. So I'm working my way through. I got some
Oh
stuff.
I
wow.
want to say,
That
is this
cool.
a modified version of the original Legend of Zelda, or what is it?
Yeah, this was a fan-made reskin of the game.
Ooh.
And it plays so nice. The music is updated and everything. I was just saying to Daryl, they used the skins from one of the Game Boy Advance games. It looks like, because you can see how his hair and his hat flow.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to remember who created this. I got it a long time ago, and then started playing it again and showed it to my son and everything because he's getting all big into Zelda now. We just both got Skyward Sword HD. So he's all like into that, and he loves the motion controls and all that. Oh, dude.
I'm a bad Zelda fan. I still have never played Skyward Sword.
Skyward Sword is underrated. I played it back on the Wii and I really liked it. But here's how I know I'm just getting old at this point, because I've been playing Skyward Sword with motion controls, and dude, my wrist is killing me. Yes.
I feel you. I feel your pain.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can get through this game. I'm probably just gonna have to leave it to him and just be like, you just beat it. I'll watch.
Let's put it this way: the last Zelda game that I played was Link to the Past. That's the last one I ever tried.
Oh boy.
I'm in the
So
middle of that now.
Link Between Worlds is a spiritual sequel to Link to the Past. It even uses the same map, the same overworld. And it's fantastic. It's on the 3DS. I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. I actually died.
Oh, it's okay. Dude, I don't know if y'all. I don't even got. You ain't got to watch it.
Tim's
English
actually-
is fun for me
I didn't see
today.
him there. Tim, what's up, brother?
Hey,
Hey, Tim.
what's happening?
I am at the store waiting for my wife to get back, and I got my daughters in the back seat. So
Awesome. All right, we'll be good.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that because now I got to say, I have died on that game so many times. I was like, I've been,
Yep.
So now
I'm really surprised I haven't died in the Dark World, and I just did the Dungeon 3, and I don't think I died in that one.
Wow.
actually
Yeah,
tempted to
Mommy's
go
coming back.
change my shirt now because I have the Oscar the Grouch shirt.
Oh,
he
yeah.
has. And I wore that to Sesame Place with my kids.
Oh, wow.
But,
That is really a cool mod.
yeah, but isn't this
I
just
like
pretty? Like, it's just,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just, and I've played the original Legend of Zelda thousands of times, but to just see it like this, I was like, man, it just feels new.
Always got lost in the graveyard.
Oh yeah, I always forget which one has the Master Sword in it, or I should
Mhm.
say the magical sword at this point.
Yeah.
So that jumping back to Skyward Sword, that's the reason I think that game is so underrated. The story of the game is actually how the Master Sword became the Master Sword.
Oh, wow.
It's like the lore to it.
Yeah, it's
And-
chronologically first.
Yeah. Let me I'll be right back for a second. I'll show you guys something that I've been reading through. Really cool. I'll be right back.
All right.
That's what I don't
You
understand.
try to
All
get
right.
this cat
My
out of
wife's
here.
back,
She's-
so I'm taking
Okay. See you,
off. There
Tim.
he is.
Hey,
See ya.
I need to see if I can get rid of this cat. She's driving me crazy. So give me just a second.
Okay. Would you go lay down? No, don't tell me no. Go lay down. You already went outside. You already got your treat. Go lay down. My other dog's in here
Yeah.
now. Would you go lay
Okay.
down?
There we go. I can do electronics too.
Yay.
So I found this a little while back. This book.
Oh, nice.
So it looks like the cards. This thing's heavy too.
Yeah.
It comes in the sleeve,
Looks
right? And then
That's sweet.
the whole thing is
Oh,
like
wow.
the cartridge.
Now that's
And
a
it-
nice book.
And I don't know how else to explain it. If you could see that on there, it feels like the cartridge.
I was about to say it looks textured.
It's textured,
Oh,
but the
that's
whole
sick.
thing.
That
is awesome.
Sick.
So it's an entire encyclopedia of Zelda. With check this out. So this was the other thing too. So you get the book, right? You have the whole thing,
Mhm.
but the book comes with an instruction manual, like
Oh,
the game. So like the whole thing with the little guy for what it goes through.
That's cool.
Nice.
I lost my bookmark that was in this, but it has the tons of stuff from like every game. Like I think there's Wind Waker on here and stuff, but it has the timeline in here.
Oh,
So-
wow.
I started just kind of following through on it and playing in chronological order and just following what the book says. But this was officially licensed by Nintendo and put it out, and the holder itself is a gigantic Nintendo sleeve. I mean,
That's sick.
and
That is
sick.
awesome.
it feels like it. I mean, if you're stopping a store that has this, just whether you're buying it or not, just pick it up just to feel it.
What are you doing? I'm caressing.
I just just massaging your books.
It
Yeah,
looks
that'd be
really-
a cool one to have. That's for sure.
Yeah,
shoot, yeah.
this stuff is great, man. I love this series. And I'm seeing Daryl playing Link to the Past. I was like, I got to get back into Zelda.
Yeah. As soon as I finish that one, I'm going to start Ocarina of Time.
Nice. Ooh, let's try that. Hold on 1 second.
What emulator are you running?
This one is called for that reskin Messen, MESEN.
Okay.
I specifically got this emulator for that reskin of Zelda because all the other ones don't play it. I don't know why. It's I guess however it's programmed. But I have Project 64.
Yeah, that's what I have.
Um,
That's what I use for all my N64 stuff.
yeah, I think.
And it's funny, even on the emulators, Mario Party is hard to find.
Yeah, there's certain ones that are really hard to locate.
Mario Party 2, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. And all the rest of them I've tried to find. It's like, oh, give us $50 and you can have it. And I'm like, wait, no. I'll give you $10, but
yeah. Let's see if it comes through.
Yeah, boy, that's nostalgia.
Nice. I just love this opening too.
Mm-hmm. Music is so good.
It's the best. I have the soundtrack and everything. I got one of the ones from one of the symphony recordings that they did.
Oh wow,
it's so good. Is the sound coming through?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Is it too loud? Is it?
No, it sounds about right.
Okay.
Retro Arch is a good front end for almost.
Yeah.
Cool. I will check that out. Man, Low Spec, me and you need to hook up and talk about some stuff.
Yeah, dude. Low Spec's channel is awesome, man. It just.
Yeah, I know. It's like every time he posts something, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go check that out, and then I see a squirrel. It's like, dang it.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Squirrel.
Yeah.
Squirrel.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I've got ADD bad. I'm really amazed I can do this.
Now, I'll tell you what I've been doing recently. I have been playing Fortnite. I've been playing Mass Effect. And what was the other one? And of course, now I can't remember what else I've been playing. Give me just a second here.
Yeah.
Playing?
Yeah, this is.
Now I remember. Borderlands 3.
Okay. That's another series that I haven't played.
Well, it's definitely got a different sense of humor.
Yeah.
But you need to have a pretty decent machine to run the third one.
Yeah.
I love the music of that temple. Temple. Such good music.
Oh, well, yeah, these witches and everything you have to go after.
Yeah.
Some good stuff.
It's a great temple, too.
Great. I don't know why the controller's not being recognized by this.
I love it.
Yeah.
Are you now for your N64? Do you have an N64 controller that has an adapter on it?
Oh, for this? No, I'm on the PC. I'm just using the Xbox controller. Yeah. I have my actual N64 sitting right next to me. It's got Rogue Squadron in it right now.
Nice.
I set up an HDMI adapter to go through to this for the capture on the Elgato capture, and it works well. It's nice where you can kind of clean up the video a little bit on it.
Yeah, upscale a little bit.
But what I found is the N64 specifically seems to have a really hard time being upscaled because it gets really dark.
Yeah. Well, the N64's graphics system was always different.
Yeah.
It was the glitchiest.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. It was. Nintendo and their infinite wisdom on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, it was one of those. It's so weird how it acts. I was trying to play Pilot Wings, and I was like, I can't even see what I'm doing.
No, well, that and they even when they had an optimized subroutine that they would run, but even at that, you were lucky to get 30 frames a second out of most of their games.
Yeah.
And Mr. Good Guy is in here saying, "Add my screen."
Oh, where is it? How am I not seeing him? Why am I not seeing him?
So, Brandon, you're playing Fortnite?
Yeah, I started playing Fortnite. It's a easy to play, hard as hell to master, and I've been playing with Fat Steven a little bit here and there.
That's what was my next question. I was going to ask if you were playing on Saturday.
I'd like to, but typically I have my girls on the weekend, so I haven't been playing on the weekend. I haven't been doing much on the weekend, except now my weekends are going to be moving.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we decided to sell our place, and we took our first truckload of crap to the storage unit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
There we go. I found him. Mr. Good Guy. You there?
Hello.
He looks like he's muted. Or is that me that did that?
No. Oh.
No. Hello, Mr. Good Guy. How are you doing tonight?
We can't hear you if you're talking. I don't even see him in the chat. I don't know what happened. It was weird. All of a sudden, it just popped up on the bottom of this thing.
Oh, he's still in the private chat.
Yeah.
You see him in there?
Yeah. He just sent another one that says add my screen. So add me and add my screen. So I guess he wants to share a screen.
Oh, I don't know. I don't see it.
And it should pop up where we are in the bottom.
Yeah, I see him, like his just as normal, like we see our other screens. Sorry, dude. I don't know why I can't see it.
Well, he's got to share his screen, then you got to approve it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't see it as a choice. I see just I see us in a line on the bottom.
Yeah, you should see us and your shared screen.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he can share a screen while you are. I don't think that you can do that.
Maybe, you know what? Because I'm just using the just the free version of Streamyard. Maybe.
Well,
right
you're already sharing your screen, so you
Right,
can
you
stop
can't share
sharing yours, and then
Right.
it should pop up.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah.
I don't even see it as a choice though.
Yeah, it does that when you pay for it too.
Hmm.
It's like, no, you still can't do that.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, so far this thing's working
limitations.
pretty good. It just takes some getting used to. I don't know if yeah, I don't know why I can't get that to change. I'll figure it out at some point.
But
Sorry, Mr. Good Guy. If you got a mic, we can't hear you though.
going back to my machines that I actually do have, the last thing I need to do besides choosing how to output it is to do an optical drive replacement.
In your Saturn? In the Saturn?
Yeah, they have OD replacements for the Saturn, for the Dreamcast, for the PlayStation, and then technically from PlayStation 2, Xbox. Since they already had hard drives, or you could add hard drives to it, you don't have to replace the optical drive. But they also do have an optical drive emulator replacer for the of course my memory failed. The one that came after the N64. The GameCube.
Yeah. Love my GameCube.
The GameCube was friggin' powerful for the time. Holy hell. And if you got one that has the RGB output for their for what you could only get at the time, their special component cables. Yeah, they have HDMI adapters now for that tap into it perfectly. The GameCube is an extremely powerful and versatile machine, and it had a lot of great games.
Love it.
Dude,
I have my favorite orange controller.
Oh, dude.
I got my where's
My-
my Wavebird.
Oh,
Nice.
Love my Wavebird.
Yeah. For the time, if you had the choice between three versions, it either typically came down to either the GameCube or the Xbox.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the Xbox is, even to this day, is still, if you get one of those from one of the earlier revision boards, get that stupid battery off of it that can bust open and ruin the board. Get rid of that. Get it cleaned up. Yep. Even though it was an IDE connector, you can get it to where you can throw in like up to a 2 terabyte hard drive, and that machine can see it. And then get the whole entire Xbox library on it. And it could even emulate most everything prior to it, including N64 pretty well.
Yeah, the original Xbox was insanely powerful.
Yeah.
My cousin, when he got his 360, gave me his original Xbox, and it's to this day the only Xbox console I have.
Oh,
Well, it's a good one to
ever
have.
had.
'Cause
Yeah.
there's a ton of stuff for it that either specific versions of it that were available for all three of them are the best on it, or the games that were only available on it are still extremely good to play, even today.
one of the biggest reasons he knew I wanted it so bad, and he was like, here, take it. The Xbox version of Battlefront 2 was in 16 by 9. I was like, this is great. I'm like, it actually goes into widescreen. I'm like, this is insane.
Yeah.
So, and had higher resolution. So that was my go-to version of playing that game when I wasn't playing it on the PC.
Yeah. Microsoft was very forward-looking with that machine.
Yeah.
And the 360 is another one that's really fairly easy to tinker with.
Mm.
Not the original ones with the stupid hard drives and the whatever things that you slap on the outside. But the revisions that they did, they were really good.
Yeah, I had after my Super Nintendo, my N64, my GameCube, I had a PlayStation 2, and then I didn't buy anything until, God, was it this year? Yeah, it was this year. No, it was last year. First stimulus check, I decided, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to go get an Xbox One.
Yeah.
And that's the first new game system I bought since the PlayStation 2, GameCube, N64.
Nice.
That is nice.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, I shouldn't have to do any more. And then now they come up with all this other crap, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, the Xbox, the either the original one or even the S model, the way that they had AMD design the CPU on it, it's a little underpowered. And then, of course, on the graphics side, it's a little underpowered compared to the base PlayStation 4. Or the Series X one was really good. Or not the Series X, but the One X. They still were using the stupid Jaguar-based CPUs, so CPU-wise, it was still pretty crappy. But upping the graphics horsepower to a teraflop, it did help a lot. It helped a lot on a lot of games. Help even it out a bit, but even at that, most of the games that should run at 60 frames, it couldn't.
Yeah.
But I can, because I'm on the PC and I'm part of the PC master race. Damn it!
Yeah, I've decided to buy me a new PC this year.
You're gonna do it? Oh man, that's
Well, I showed you the picture of it, I think, didn't I?
No,
when we were talking about maybe upgrading some of my stuff.
Yeah.
It's basically just it's a laptop that they made into a desktop.
Okay.
It's got the laptop DVD drive and all that stuff in there.
That's right, low spec PC master race for life.
There you go. Have a good night, sir. I'll try to catch your stream later, man.
Now, the only problem with trying to either build a PC or buying a full power desktop right now, graphics card availability still sucks.
Mm-hmm.
And when you can get one, they either through one of the boutique builders or even one of the big boys, they are charging, literally asking for your firstborn and having you sign for it in blood.
Yeah. Now, this one, the reason I got it is because it had a decent graphics card in it. It's a 4 gig NVIDIA.
Nice.
I mean, it's not the best, but
no, it's better than what you've been able to buy at Best Buy. They're having graphics cards that were being sold, as far as equivalency stuff, sold 10 years ago.
Oh,
That's just not good. Yeah. Fortunately, it looks like the Bitcoiners and all that's starting to come back down. So it's
a GT 730. That's what
yeah. The Bitcoin stuff and all the mining stuff is starting to come back down to earth a little bit, and all those that bought a ton of them, they're starting to not buy them as much. So availability is getting better, but the prices on them are not. Mm-hmm. If you can find one even remotely close to MSRP, I don't care what you got to do. You snag it. You snag it, and then you sell it to me.
There you go.
Yeah, I was wanting prices coming down till next year.
Yeah, and from what both NVIDIA and AMD was saying, their supplies aren't going to get any better until they were saying they were hopeful for third quarter, fourth quarter this year, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's not till next year. And by the time you get in the next year, you're about 2 years out from when they introduced their RDNA 2 and then the 3000 series RTX cards, it's going to be time for another fresh batch of them bastards.
Yep.
And then we're right smack dab back to the bullshit that we're in right now.
Yep.
Exactly.
I mean, even just availability of things you would never even think would be crazy out of stock. I tried shopping for a new gaming chair. I was thinking just order
go buy a chair. Yeah.
Now you get it next month. Oh, they're out of stock. Oh, they're this, that. Anything that was worthwhile was just either gone or you're waiting a couple months for it to show up. And it's like,
well, I know I know that around here, when the coof crap started, I went and talked to my local computer shop, and they were telling me that they were beyond busy because most everybody that could work from home was working from home, and one of two things either happened. Either their machines were pitifully underpowered and they're trying to use it more now, and they're like, "This sucks. I need something new," or the machines that were being provided to them for work, same boat, or if they weren't working but were living off of the government dole and all that, they're like, wait a minute, I'm now spending 6, 8, 10 hours a day on my pitiful little piece of shit PC. I got to do something about it because it's bullshit.
Yeah.
So yeah, they were selling machines left and right. They were having problems keeping stuff in stock, and of course then RTX 30's 3000 series comes out, and then everything you just can't get anything. So I'm glad I didn't get rid of my 2070, because I was thinking of getting rid of it and just slapping in one of my older cards. But even now, I've got a AMD 580 in my one machine and an AMD 480 in the other, with the 8 gig frame buffer and all that. I bought those two for 150 new. Yeah, they're now they've been making them more, or selling through what stock was still available for them, for the cost of what a 3070 is supposed to be, about $500. That is ridiculous. That is insane. Never have I had old stuff that was going for $200 all of a sudden shoot up to where they were wanting 500 and people were paying for it and saying, "Thank you, sir. May I have another?" Ugh.
Oh my God. It's insane, man. I mean, getting into PC gaming, but getting into anything, whether it's PC gaming, video editing, whatever it may be, if you're not just going and grabbing a Mac that's going to let it just basically hold your hand through the whole thing, it's an investment. Yeah,
I don't know if it's going to hold your hand, but it'll hold something.
But you know what I mean? It's just like, it's a whole...
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I steered clear of PC gaming things for the longest time. I was always a console player for the longest time, but there were certain titles that came out where I was like, all right, now I gotta get into this. But it's just, there's a lot to it. You have to learn a lot about it. And still to this day, I mean, you saw me just trying to even just get Streamyard to just come up and
behave itself. Yeah.
Sitting here like scratching my head like, wow, this is supposed to be easy. But yeah, I just, I was able to just throw together a machine that's powerful enough to handle things like this. I run Pinnacle Studio for editing my videos, and I just wanted to render fast enough, instead of sitting there all day.
Yeah. So most everything in my machine was new as of last year, except the video card.
Mine's probably a converted office. Mine's probably a converted office machine because it's only 3 gigahertz Pentium quad core, 16 gigs of RAM, and the 4 gig video card.
Yeah.
It's just basic bitch.
Yeah, it's nothing
better than it works.
A lot of things.
Nothing too crazy. But it works.
It works for streaming. Yeah, it works good for streaming.
That's exactly what I did with mine. I was like, just as long as it functions.
Yeah. Yeah, that's more than adequate for doing streaming or for doing, base encoding or that. But yeah, it's one of those things. Ooh, what you got there?
This is Dolphin.
Oh,
man, I haven't seen Dolphin in a while.
They updated it not that long ago, so now you can do the Wii games in there.
Oh, nice, dude! Because I've been wanting to play like Rebel Strike and Rogue Leader and all that stuff.
So
and my DOS had never worked right.
Here's the kicker: they still don't work right, and I've tried every possible way of readapting the settings in this thing. Rebel Strike and it was the reason I got this one, because I was like, oh, I just wanted to. I have both games. I literally have them. They're sitting right next to me.
Yeah,
but I just wanted to upscale it and get it, and see what the thing could do and put it through. I mean, the emulator will process at 4K and output that resolution.
Wow.
Obviously the game itself is not that, but it just looks nice. You smooth out some rough edges, the whole deal.
Right.
So that's what I wanted. Plus, there was also an HD skin patch that someone did for Rogue Leader, and it looks really nice. But every single cutscene just jitters, and you can barely get through it. And then if the gameplay action ramps up enough, the whole game starts to crash.
Oh, dang.
But, things like Resident Evil 2, King Kong, Luigi's Mansion, Zelda Force, all these run really nice. Except Return of the King. There's no text. I don't know why. The game plays.
Oh, Return of the King was fun as hell.
Oh, I love that game. I used to.
How about F-Zero? Where's F-Zero on there?
I don't have it on the list right here yet. I just started putting things
that
on there.
That one is extremely difficult to emulate.
Yeah. F-Zero on Super Nintendo, man, was
F-Zero. F-Zero's great. Well, F-Zero on the Cube ran at 60. They optimized the shit out of that one, and that one's worth having.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be nice if they actually made a new F-Zero game. It's getting close to 20 years since we've had it.
I was about to say it's been about 20 years. Yeah.
What are they doing with that IP?
Let them die.
I would say whoever is in charge is sitting and spinning on something, but they have a tendency to do that with certain things when they really shouldn't. But unfortunately, F-Zero is by the wayside.
I would love to get a new F-Zero.
And say, when I had my Wii U, I had hacked the Wii side of it and had the GameCube loader on it, and they had it by default set to output everything at 480p, everything with the widescreen patch that could be widescreen patched, and F-Zero ran extremely well.
Yeah.
Yeah, retro gaming is so damn expensive now. Just for the shits and giggles, looking around, trying to get anything complete in a box is probably going to set you back close to $1,000.
Oh yeah, easy.
And if it's new, it's going to be north of 1,000 now, because getting any of these things new is very difficult. Or even just like the Saturn that I mentioned. The services to get it cleaned up would be over $200. The optical disc emulator, SD card replacer with a 3D printed insert to make it fill the whole optical drive area.
Yep.
Some of those go anywhere from $150, $200 up to $500. And then the HDMI adapting system, or the ability to solder into the video output and tap into the direct RGB output before it gets through to any analog processing. Those circuit boards and all that, typically several $100, and then of course got to have somebody that knows what the hell they're doing. That's another few $100 on top of that to have somebody do it.
Yeah. One of the guys I work with got his N64 modded, where they just soldered in the HDMI output and everything.
That's an expensive one. That's expensive.
But he's got that nice that transparent casing on it. It's like this kind of teal color. It's so nice.
Damn.
Oh my god.
Did any of you guys ever watch the 8-Bit Guy on YouTube?
I've subscribed to him and Shady J, but I haven't watched any of his stuff recently.
The 8-Bit Guy does mods, but he does it on like Commodore 64s and stuff like that. He does it on all the old systems.
Yeah.
But I mean, what he does, holy crap. I mean, it's like you could save thousands of dollars just watching his tutorials on all that stuff.
Yeah. There's him, Mr. Mario. Oh, Mr. Mario
is the only one I watch.
Yeah. Well, I'm just just thinking around here, looking at eBay, looking at Saturns. Two Star Wars nerds pointed out that collecting for the Saturn is extremely expensive now. Getting hardware that's in good shape, that's expensive. Getting it cleaned up, that's expensive. But the games themselves, if you actually collect physical game, there are several of them, like the Panzer Dragoon. If you get a good one of them, they get expensive. And from what I remember, a lot of the really expensive ones were the US versions because they didn't have a whole ton of them. Whereas the Japanese versions of the game, they were a lot more plentiful.
Oh, crap. I do have an emulator that has all the Dreamcast, Sega Saturns.
Yes.
All that stuff, but I don't have it on this machine. It's on my old laptop sitting right next to me, and I have
Null DC on this one,
fire it up.
the Dreamcast one. That's where
Dreamcast was a hell of a lot easier to work with.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite consoles of all time.
Oh, yeah.
I love my Dreamcast.
That's another one of those I should have had my ass kicked for getting rid of.
But there is a game that it's so hard to find, and I don't know why. I can find the PlayStation version of it everywhere, but I want the Dreamcast version. Nightmare Creatures 2, which featured a full soundtrack by Rob Zombie. The game was incredible, but the Dreamcast version, I can't find it anywhere.
God, that reminds me of this fighting game on the PlayStation 1 that had a white zombie soundtrack.
That was
is that Soul Calibur or something?
I don't think it was Soul Calibur. It was
there was a 3DO game, 3DO fighting game that he had the soundtrack to, and
there was one where you could uppercut somebody into a ceiling fan that chopped him up.
Yeah, but there was also a game called Loaded on the PS1, where it was a top-down shooter where you're like a Prison Break sort of deal.
Oh, Reload.
Yeah. Oh my God, that had a great soundtrack too.
That one had a touch of the old ultra violence.
Oh yes, it did. This was right too. Copying these games was insanely easy.
It was extremely easy.
Yep.
All right, let me share something with you.
Yeah, go for it.
Let's see. I'll share this. There we go.
See, yours popped up. Now all I got to do is just add it to the.
Okay.
Right here we go.
Here we go. Sega Saturn White console. So this is a Japanese first series console with the Terra Onion mode installed in a 240 gig SSD. Now, the Terra Onion, you can either do a SD card, a micro SD card, or you can connect up an SSD like they have here. But these guys want $600 for this guy.
Yikes.
This one is in actual pretty good shape, and with it having the 5-in-1 or the 4-in-1, it can load everything, and it can play everything. There's one game in particular that they had on here that was they had a few 6-player games. I can't remember the name of it, but it was a 2D side-scrolling hack and slash that was extremely good, extremely expensive to buy. Now, if I could get myself a nice Trinitron monitor that had either an RGB input or the original Wipeout on there was pretty good.
Wipeout was like our next closest thing to F-Zero.
Yeah, Wipeout was really good, and that's one of those series that's also gone down the crapper because no one knows what to do with the IP. Yeah, that's really not a bad deal to have all that done. As I said, I've got my Model 1 Saturns. It's the easier of the two to do. It's just a matter of doing it. I just don't have the money to be dropping that right now, especially now since we're selling the place and moving and all that fun stuff.
Oh yeah. That makes the bank account disappear really fast.
That it does. But while the Saturn may be expensive, getting a modded Dreamcast is not as bad. And that's another one of those that when you take out the optical disc, they can put in a new power supply in it that doesn't have the extra. They either took out the 3 and the 5 volt because the CD drive required it, or they took out the 12 volt because it required it, and it cuts the power consumption on that down to almost nothing, and it eliminated all the heat.
Oh, okay.
Let me see if I can find one here that I can share. Let me share the screen again. Share the window. There we go.
There you go.
Okay.
It's working now.
So a modded with a GDEMU Dreamcast with the 1080p output, so an HDMI connector. They're a little more reasonable, only $275 or that. Yeah, 400 gigabyte loaded, all of that stuff replaced. So yeah, the Dreamcast right now is pretty. They've gone back down a bit in price, but here we go. Let's take a look at this guy. So it's got the SD card exchanged out of it. They put in the Noctua fan to get a little better cooling in it. Looks like they've redone the power supply, took out the extra rail that didn't need to be there. Yeah. They have it 3D printed to where it covers the hole and still get access to the SD card slot. And I don't recall if there were any games for this that had a second disc, but if there is, there's typically a switch that you can press to make it trigger it.
Yeah.
I don't like.
You see the deal that Mister got?
Yeah. Problem is with the Dreamcast, they need to be, once you've got one, you got to go through it and get it cleaned up, get it recapped, and do all these other things, and it'll last a lot longer than what it will just do out of the box anymore.
Yeah. But even, I mean, I've had the system since the beginning and try to take care of it and everything. Things still run so nice. I was telling when we were talking earlier about what my Sega CD was doing to the disc. This thing always acted nice. I was literally scraping up the discs on my Sega CD. So having the Dreamcast, I mean, I literally bought a Dreamcast simply because Resident Evil Code Veronica was an exclusive at the time.
Oh wow!
So that was why I bought a Dreamcast.
all of their arcade stuff is, most of it you just can't get anywhere else, and if you can, it's just not the same. Yeah. Like Power Stone 1 and 2, then Marvel vs. Capcom 2, the Xbox version of it and the PS2 version of it is nowhere near as pristine and crisp as that version. The other part that would be hard to find for it is the old arcade sticks that they sold with it, the official ones. Most of them are in trash condition, unfortunately. But it would be a fun one to have one of them, have it loaded with all the games, fixed up, HDMI out, and 4 arcade sticks.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, quick question, guys.
Yeah.
Have y'all heard of Dokoroku? Dokokoro. Kakan? That's what I want to say. Now, she, I don't know, just sent me a direct message on Discord. It says, "Hello, can I has that like again, please?" I'm like,
well, do we want them to has that like again?
I don't know, because I don't remember seeing this person anywhere in the Discord. Now all of a sudden just direct messaging me.
I don't know them. I mean,
doesn't stick out in my mind.
Oh, okay. From
Kokoro is typing now. I just opened up Discord. I see the.
Yeah, she's or she is from X-Wing. I'm in X-Wing's Discord right now, and that's where I seen the name.
Gotcha. Yeah, X-Wing's got a good thing going over there, man. I'm happy for him.
Got it. Never mind.
Did you guys see that stream the other night when he was on Coffee on Korriban?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
dude, that was
beautiful.
Down.
We literally watched his brain melt. That was unbelievable. I'm so happy for him. I happened to pop on, like, literally moments before that happened. It was just so random, and I was like, "Oh, let me see what's going on." And then all of a sudden, that happened. That was incredible.
That was fun to witness, and that's awesome to get shouted out by somebody so into the community and part of it. And
so check this out. I was digging through stuff and found a bag of goodies from the good old decade of the 80s.
Oh, what'd you find?
They're not in great condition anymore at all, but apparently there's still some value for them for some people that want them. But I started finding boxes.
Oh,
Nice.
And I just kept digging, and I just kept finding more and more.
Yeah, for people that are trying to go for complete sets, regardless
For the
of condition,
complete sets.
they'll
They'll
pay pretty good for them.
Donkey Kong's and all right, doing okay condition.
Ooh.
And Space Invaders
Yeah.
with the cart that had the ton of games on it. Oh, there we go. Can't forget the misses.
Nice.
But and I had a bunch more in here and stuff. There's a whole bunch, but there's a retro gaming place not too far from me. That guy's such a cool guy that runs the place and everything. And I had found a bunch of stuff when my parents were moving, and we were clearing out their garage. And I was like, you know what, because I don't collect much of things, but I was like, he'll find someone who will want this stuff. And I mentioned about having these boxes, and I found a bunch and gave them to him. He actually paid me for them. I was like, I didn't care about being paid for them. I was like, I just want them to go to some place somebody will appreciate them.
Yeah.
But I just was digging more and found more of these, especially the black box ones.
Yeah. Yeah, that one, even in the condition it's in, those original black box ones are highly sought after.
Yeah. But I started finding tons of stuff. I mean, I was digging through my old Masters of the Universe figures. I had all the Ninja Turtles, Ghostbusters, which a ton of them I kept, and now my kids just play with them because they love them. I was like, I found some that were in pretty decent condition and gave them to the guy over at the place, kind of get them to a collector or something. But the rest of them, where it's like I'm popping the arms on and off of them and stuff, I was like, kids, you guys go ahead, finish them off. Nice. It was cool. But I don't have it in the room with me right now, but I'm debating on what to do with it because I feel like I should kill it with fire. I found the old Teddy Ruxpin, except his eyes are all mashed and the jaw's kind of doing something funky, so it just looks like nightmare fuel.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, it could definitely feature it in Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh,
Grubby's all right. He's in perfect condition, but Teddy.
Teddy's seen some shit.
Teddy's seen some shit.
Oh man, I would love to stay on here forever, but man, I have got to go. I've got to get ready to go to work in the morning.
Yeah, no worries, man. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Yeah, I just looked at the timestamp on here. Like I said, I was just testing this stuff out, so I'm so glad you guys were able to pop in and we could just stick around with all this stuff because it was just
thanks for having us.
It's fun. Yeah,
it's fun,
guys.
Man.
Good stuff, man. I'm gonna try to get some gaming streams going on this now that I know that it functions. And I think I'll grab that premium version so I can actually brand it. Be nice.
There you go.
Yep, $25 a month, unless you get it a year at a time. It's 20.
Well, then it's usually the better deals are you just get the year in bulk.
Yeah. I didn't have the money to get the bulk, so I'm going month to month.
Yeah, I'll look further into it. But fun stuff, guys, man. I really appreciate you stopping by, guys.
Yeah,
hell yeah, man, it was fun. I love talking games. It's great.
Yeah, man.
Don't get to do it too often, so yeah, I do enjoy it.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, well, y'all take care.
Yep. On that note, gentlemen,
see you guys.
Have a good one. 2 Star Wars nerds, if you're still there. Have a good night, Timothy, as well. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.
Later.